yourself in a place where you can enjoy your time on Planet Remix. But until then, put the babies out, do what you need to do so we can be responsible while knowing our magic. This show, this information, we dive into a lot of things that are adult content. And so, therefore, if you are a minor, I want you to stop what you're doing right now, and I definitely want you to get your parent or your guardian's consent before diving into the remix. Well, enjoy. Enjoy the share. Yeah, and keep knowing your magic. We just gotta be responsible while growing up on planet Earth. Peace and greetings, soul family. Peace and greetings, Planet Remix. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on in to Planet Remix Radio. I am your host, of course, Ms.Blue, the Oracle. Oh my goodness. How are we all feeling? How are we all doing? How are we all feeling? How are we all doing? Wow. Feeling really, really cosmic tonight. It's been some cosmic energy, lots of things happening in the atmosphere. And we're definitely going to talk about that, as well as I want to make that connection, as we always do inside of our sacred space here, Planet Remix Radio. Well, come on in, get yourself nice and comfortable. Get yourself nice and comfortable, situated, and join us. I'm going to give out some cosmic directions as always so that you can find your way on over. Oh my goodness. I see you guys in the blue room. And yeah, that's going to be the first cosmic directions I give out. That is that you can join us in the galactically known great space in our galaxy called the Blue Room. And if you want to bring yourself on over and join us in the Blue Room, I promise you, be one of the best things you probably have done in a good while, at least for this week anyway, for you to join us in the Blue Room. And so to come on over and join us in the Blue Room, all you have to do is come over to YouTube. And once you get to YouTube, you're going to type in Blue, B-L-U-E, that's me, and then Raz, R-A-S, and then Berry, B-E-R-R-Y. That's me as well. And that's going to get you locked in to the Blue Room. That's going to get you locked in. And so family is in the house. They are sure, absolutely, to make you feel welcome and right at home. Welcome and definitely right at home. And you can come on over and you can join us. You can join us in the Blue Room. Yeah. And let us know if this is your first time joining us in the Blue Room. You know, give a little shout out. Let us know. You know, maybe put some sparkles in the room so that we know that you are new and we're going to welcome you on in. Wow. Yeah. Greetings, 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 everyone. So good to be here. So good for us to get together. I tell you, this week, it's been a week. It has definitely been a week, a very, very active week, no doubt. A lot of things happening, a lot of things going on. Yeah. Both on the micro and the macro scale as well. You know, just so many things that are happening in our world at this time. But they're good things. They're all for great expansion, transformation, you know, an opportunity for us to grow. And here's another thing, an opportunity for us to flex a little bit, especially those of us who've been doing our work. And I know that's you. We're going to start seeing these things as the essentials of life when it comes to knowing thyself and understanding those things that is a part of your birthright, trusting your intuition as so many of you have done, and just really knowing your magic on a big scale. So I just want to welcome you on in. We are still in Aquarius season, so let me be the first to say happy born day to all of the aqua babies out there, all of the Aquarians out there celebrating their birthday in the month of February. Yeah. Happy born day. So glad for you to join us. So glad for you to be celebrating your born day, and welcome on in. I'm kind of multitasking right here. Still sending out notifications. Ran a little late today. Like I said, it's been a very busy week, and I can't tell you. By the way, let's start doing some shots out. I'm going to also give out the call-in number, 515-605-9794 is the call-in number for you to call in And I'll be taking your phone calls here shortly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So how we all feeling? How's everybody feeling? How we doing? You know, we done did the PSA already. We done did that. You know, that's going cosmically global. But we all know, we understand what time it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we understand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So how's everybody week been going? I trust that you all have been keeping yourself nice and safe, nice and warm, nice and cool, and you've been keeping your head to the sky. Lots of things are happening in the sky. Lots of things are happening on earth. You know, it's interesting, a lot of times when we talk about astrology and we see some of these things that have been going on and happening in our world, often they will say, you don't see Earth in the charts. But that's simply not true. Earth is in the charts and it's represented by the sign Taurus. So I know if you are the sign Taurus and you are in the building, you've been getting some extra vibes that you've been feeling right about now. Yeah, yeah. So welcome on in. Welcome on into Planet Remix Radio. So glad to see you all join us. We're going to do some shots out as well. So, for those of you inside the Blue Room, let us know who you are, where you're from, what country, what city, what state, where you're representing. And so good to see you. So good to see you. Mm. And if you haven't had an opportunity check in, to check in with yourself, I want us to do that right now. Just kind of wiggle your toes a little bit. If you're sitting down, make sure your back is nice, up and straight. Do a nice exhale. You always want to exhale before you inhale. Do a nice exhale because we want to send some very powerful signals to our nervous system to kind of pipe down a little bit and drop down as low as you can in your body. And then ask yourself the question, how am I feeling? How am I feeling in this moment? How am I feeling? How am I really feeling in this moment? It's so important that we take this opportunity and even really teach it to our children of how to be able to connect, to tap in, to know what they're truly feeling, and not allow their minds to just simply run rampant all over the place. Yeah, yeah. I see you all checking in. We got Florence, South Carolina in the building. Welcome on in. Got a lot of family in that area. So welcome on in and thank you for joining us. Chicago is in the building. Lola Falana says Southside Wild Hundreds. Southsides. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I want you all to know, let's just give a big round of applause. One of our moderators tonight in the building is Lola Falana. She will be moderating the Blue Room tonight. I'm actually going to make a couple of other moderators here tonight, but I definitely want you to know so we can go ahead and give a big shout out. I want to say thank you to Lola for moderating here tonight. But welcome on in. Let's see, tuning in. Christine says from San Jose, California is in the building. Princeton, New Jersey is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome on in. Who else is in the building? Oh, Manchester, UK. We got Karmic Evolution in the building. Always good to see Karmic come in the building. Welcome on in. Columbus, Ohio is in the building. By the way, a lot of strange things happening out there in Ohio. But welcome on in. New Jersey is in the building. Asheville, North Carolina, beautiful city in the building. Welcome on in. We have Minneapolis. I'm glad you spelled that out because guess what? Would have got it wrong. Camden, New Jersey is here. A lot of New Jersey families is in the house. We got Vegas in the building. One of my favorite spots, Fredericksburg, Virginia, beautiful city in the building. Inglewood, California is definitely representing. Some more New Jersey folks is in the building. New Jersey by way of Los Angeles. You know, as my mama would say, it doesn't matter where you at. It doesn't matter where you're from, it's where you at. But we are allowed to represent everywhere. And then we have April, who is representing H-Town in the building. Good to see you, April DeCrystal. And then Priestess Jasmine representing Wayne, New Jersey, another beautiful city in the building. Connecticut is in the house. Welcome on in, Connecticut. We have Michelle representing the ATL in the building. Wow. I'm just going to go on record and go ahead and represent for Texas because I haven't seen Texas in the building yet. Where my Texas peeps at? Or even my New York City peeps. Where you at? But welcome on in. And also, Vallejo, California is in the building. Twin Cities is here. New Orleans is in the building. Welcome on in. Always love our New Orleans folks in the building. San Diego is in the house. There we go, Ashley. Texas is in the building. Jacksonville, Florida is here. And I don't even know where that is. Tennessee is in the building. Welcome on in. And yes, New Orleans, it is almost Mardi Gras in the building. Yes, that's going down as well. We have Mind Over Matter representing SC. More SC in the building, South Carolina. Well, welcome on in, as well as our international listeners all over. I want to pull up the chart. You know, for years, I would spend so much time giving international shots out, which I love to do, by the way. And I will go back to start doing them. But I do want to recognize I always get the reports of where Planet Remix is trending at, and it always just puts a big smile on my face. So we are trending in the Netherlands. So big shout out to our soul family in the Netherlands listening in. We are also trending in Malaysia. Always get good results from our soul family. I did a reading recently from one of our soul family members in Malaysia, the Czech Republic. Big shout out to our family in the Czech Republic. Actually, very much. Some of them are even in self-invested and even in the astrology class. So welcome on in. Big shout out to Vietnam and all of our soul family, which we have a large soul family over there that is listening. And also we are trending because here's the top cities that we're trending in, and Nigeria. So to all of our family in the Netherlands, Malaysia, Czech Republic, Vietnam, and Nigeria. Thank you all so much. Oh, and I forgot, and Cambodia. We are definitely trending on the charts for Planet Remix in those countries, as well as all other countries around the United States and other places around the world. But I do want to recognize where some of our top heavy hitters that is taking in these lessons and definitely really, really, reaching out and connecting and really supporting the platform. So definitely want to give a big shout out to all of them and to each one of you, because I'm going to tell you something. Every time you come back and you really show love, because there's so many ways that you can actually show love to Planet Remix, and we are so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to each and every single one of you. Is whenever you're coming back and you're leaving comments about your takeaways from each one of the shares and what you really got from the message. I'm talking about some high vibrational, some super conscious, real reflections that people really can tune in to those vibrations. That always, when I connect with all of our new soul family members, those are some of the things that's really standing out to them, is that they're going through and they're reading the content. And not to mention, that also allows us to push, the information. It really sort of kind of pushes us out there so the soul family can be able to find us. You all come here and you listen, and nothing is really required. But I'm so thankful for all of you who choose to be on the phone lines, or you're downloading this in the future, or you're listening to it with us here live. Maybe you're in the Blue Room, or you're listening through some other device at this particular time. But really, that exchange of energy. I do this work because I truly love it. Number one, love it for myself, and I love sharing with all of you. And really, a big part of my mission, my goal, it has always been 13 years and climbing. I think I'm going to stay stuck at 13 for a while. But one day I'm going to go back and really count. That just kind of reminded me of that song. How many ways do I love you? Let me count the ways, by Tony Braxton. But yeah, I will go back and count the days, right? And literally count the years. But it's been well over 13 years. And that was a big part of something that I felt was missing in my life, was my acknowledgement, my understanding, my awareness, my self realization of me being who I am, my intuitive self, my gifts. We call them gifts, but they're things that all of us are born with, every single one of us. And we have a very, very unique and distinctive way of expressing that gift out into the world, right? Out into the world. And the moment that I started my spiritual journey, I wasn't lucky like some of you who may be teenagers, or some of you in your 20s who are waking up, or even some of you in your 30s who are waking up. I wasn't fortunate enough to have that awareness at that time, but I'm here now. I'm here now. And a big part of my mission is really, really to really share with you, and for all of us to be an example, and for me to be an example, that if you follow your heart and you just do it step by step, it doesn't have to be sort of some textbook version of you becoming or knowing who you are. But if you are willing to love yourself enough, if you're willing to kind of put yourself out there. And when I say put yourself out there, I mean put yourself out there in a way that's good for you. That's good for you. and you really, really find what makes you unique and what makes you different. And I will tell you, it is the thing that you want to run away from the most. The most. That's where you can start looking. That's where the magnetic connection will start to come in. That's where the synchronicity will happen. That's where the magic will happen. That's where things will start to open up. That's where you'll see yourself grow. That's where the pieces of the puzzle will start to come together for you. And you'll be able to grow from there. You'll be able to grow from there. And that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. And that's what I will continue to do. And so I'm here because I want us all to know that all of us, every single person on this planet, is psychic. There was two things that I was very passionate about, and I still am, is really helping to share, to teach, to bring in this understanding so that we can learn that our emotions are not something to be thrown away. And I've been saying this for more than a decade. What we've been taught about our emotions is wrong. And here's another misnomer. Your intuition is not your emotions. It's not your feelings. Do they play a role in you, sort of how you understand those things? Absolutely. But they are not the same. It is a distinct difference. And those who are in the priestesshood definitely want to give a big shout out to all the divine priestess. They know one of the things that I taught and I stressed and still do to this day, intuition first, then your emotions, then your feelings. Logic plays a big role in it, but we know if we only relied on our logic. Look how far technology is behind. Look how far our healing arts are behind. Look how far our education system is behind because we're living in a world who, glorifies logic over everything. And if we go back and we look at history and we study where we have once been, we study where those before us came from, we will know to this very day that we have not begun to scratch the surface of what our ancestors understand. And often everything that they've accomplished and that they've done, they have defied the levels of logic. So I'm not telling you, don't listen to your logic, because logic has a place in this world. But so does your intuition. So does your higher self. And contrary to popular belief, it doesn't live in your mind. It doesn't. It just doesn't. And logic can only take you so far. And if you're working only with your logic, imagine the endless possibilities. Imagine the magic. Imagine the love. Imagine the transformation. Imagine what you can do when you open yourself up to learning what it means to really, truly, I'm not talking about no fake. I'm not talking about no shake. I'm not talking about some rhetoric you heard someone else repeat. But when you truly tap into your intuition, baby, it's a whole new world. And when you put that together with your logic, your superconscious, your divine self, your God, goddess self, the Most High, the cosmos, the plasma that is currently floating around on the atmosphere, begging for the enlightened beings on this planet to tap in and get everything that you need, it will be handed to you. It is a way that we bring heaven down to earth, because that is your job as a human being. We are ascending, but we are not ascending to leave this earth plane to go somewhere else, because earth, once again, is not a damn punishment. And it's time that humanity, at least those of us who is about this life, stand up and take responsibility that we chose to come here. And everything in my work has led me to this complete understanding. And many of you, thousands of you, at this point, millions of you, know that to be true too. Because your life changes instantly when you realize that this was an opportunity that you elected yourself to experience in this reality at this time. You did this. You chose this. And guess what? I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care what it looks like. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't. You were not a mistake. Nobody didn't mess up. This wasn't a bad trick. You weren't punished. None of it. You wasn't a mistake. And you do have a purpose here. And every breath that you take, every step, every thought, every feeling, and every action is your purpose. It is your purpose. We keep waiting for some magical discovery, some magical unearthing, some hieroglyph to come up, some ancient text to be revealed, so that we can feel like we belong. So we can gain some understanding of ourselves. Well, here's what I want to tell you. Everything that there is to know, and everything that you need to know, you have it inside of you. It's in your DNA. That dark matter that quantum physics and science can't begin to bring themselves to figure out. That dark matter is inside of you. It's floating around like the plasma. Many of you remember there were several years ago, we did an amazing spirit quest. And in this particular spirit quest, we went inside the sun. We went inside the sun. If you were here for that powerful, amazing transformation, then you remember. Then you remember. I also just made Lance a moderator in the room, the brother Lance. He's one of those who've been riding with Planet Remix for a very, very long time and a big part of the Blue Room. And so let's go ahead and give it up for Lance real quick. Yeah. We did a trip inside the sun. It was in the sun that we seen these big plasma that look like clouds. And when I went into it, first I had went into the sun. I really took myself and teleported and went inside of the sun. One of my guides took me on a tour inside of our sun. And I could see the different levels. I could see what we call the coronal mass ejection. I could see the plasma. And I kept thinking, where have I seen this before? I've seen this inside of our bodies when I'm doing body scans. I've seen this plasma moving around on Earth. It's very active. It carries a wealth of information. It helps to unlock things within our DNA, within our RNA, within our dark matter that lives inside of us. But it's still up to you. It's up to us whether or not we want to embrace this level of understanding that really defies everything that we know in our minds. And it helps us with elevation. And literally, the world is changing. We know it has been changing for a long time, but when I say it's changing, I'm talking down to subatomical particles. The world is changing. I told you all maybe about 10 years ago that this whole thing with the DNA is getting ready to be real tricky. And this is why they no longer ask you when you go to the doctor, what is your blood type? And if you start poking around and asking to find out what your blood type is, the first question you gonna get is, what do you want to know for? Because we have blood types on this planet that they cannot identify. The cells are moving and changing and transforming themselves in ways that have defied science logic. They are not behaving according to the laws of physics, not that we understand. And this is because so many of us, and I do believe we're being called to bring forth the origin of who we are. And that means that all of us here are a part of a little bit of this and something else that comes from places far beyond the eyes and that the mind can conceive. And if you ever wanted to know how unique you are, you're about to find out. Because truly, there is no one, as Anita Baker so eloquently sings, there's no one in the world like you. No one in the world like you. You are truly a very, very special, divine, unique being. Yes. So don't forget that, because that's a part of your magnetic connection. And often, if you're feeling very lost right now, if you're feeling very confused about not knowing what your future looks like or what things hold for you, then know you're in the process of really going through alchemy and transformation. And this is a time to love yourself and continue to love yourself even more and have faith. Have faith in yourself and every step of the way because you will survive and thrive and thrive. That's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, whew, I just had to get that out. Glad to get that out. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, I definitely want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. By the way, thank you to everyone, all of our new listeners who have subscribed. I also want to do this. I want to ring the bell for Self-Invested and ring the bell for the Self-Invested workshop. We had an amazing class in Self-Invested on Wednesday night, as always. And definitely, we're going to have another amazing class on Saturday for the Astrology Self-Invested workshop. So many things that we're covering, so many things of understanding, because right now, we are in the time where our worlds are, as much as they seem to be discovering new worlds, we are seeing how our worlds are really all connected. And one of the frequencies to tap into to see where that connection is and to understand how those worlds come together is astrology. It is the place where all things come together. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that they all come together. They sure do. Now, I also want to say this. I talked about it. Gosh, I don't even know. Where was I when I talked about it? Oh, I talked about it on Instagram Live. And there was a conversation that we had about, drum roll, please. Let me get that drum roll. A conversation about a workshop. This was a workshop that was primarily for sisters. But listen, we are not against anyone who wants to participate in this workshop. But the workshop was the Stardust Magic Workshop. And that Dust Magic Workshop, Pretty Girl Magic Workshop, was a workshop where so many things were done. These were channeled techniques from ancient times, and this is really about the art of looking and smelling and doing your best. Yeah, code word for being on fleek, to be out there. And yeah, so, mhm. And many people have asked me over the years because they've heard the priestess talk about it. They've heard other people who have been a part of the workshop uh, be about it, wanted to know when was I going to do another one. And so earlier in the week, or last week, I was doing some funky feng shui and I was reorganizing the closet in my studio and I came across some brushes, some magical brushes that we use in the Stardust Candy Collection Pretty Girl Magic Workshop. And I did an Instagram live and said, hey, would you guys be interested in this? And just because I had so many sets that it wasn't no need for me to hold on to them. What happened is the workshop sold out like that. And so I thought I wasn't going to have enough brushes. So many people wanted to come to the workshop. I contacted the manufacturer and was like, hey, look, can you expedite these brushes to me? And they couldn't get it to me. It was taking longer than 2 or 3 weeks. And so I got it, I want to say a month or even maybe 1 or 2, 3 months later. I got it and I just sort of put it away. And honestly, it kind of slipped my mind until I went back through. And so many of you reached out to me and said, "Oh, I would love to have access to the workshop and access to the brushes." And I said, "Well, let me see how we're going to do this." I really kind of sat down, looked at it, talked to my guides about it, and really, if I gave you the brushes, that would be wonderful, but you wouldn't really get the fullness of the class. And many of you wanted the whole workshop and the brushes. So I said, "You know what? If it's not broke, don't fix it." So here's what I decided to do. Because when I initially did the workshop, no one paid for the brushes. The brushes was my gift. I was giving the brushes as a gift. The workshop and the information in the workshop, because the main focus was on ancient techniques, and these were techniques used by the Kemites, the Egyptians. They were used by the Greeks. They were used by these civilizations to really tap in to their inner magic, because that's what you're doing. You're tapping into your inner magic and you're having that manifest itself into this reality. So you're really doing some quantum magic where you're taking something from the inside and that manifestation is translating into this 3D reality on the outside. That really is the essence of Pretty Girl Magic. So I said, why not do the same thing? So I have the workshop. The workshop is available for anyone who wants the workshop. And when you purchase the workshop, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give you the brush set for free. You'll get all the step-by-step details of everything, absolutely everything that you need to do. And you'll be able to have that so you can go back to and you can listen to and go through everything. Many of you have already secured your sets, and I'm like, wow, that was quick, because I did send it out to Self Invested and all of our Self Invested family first. And now I am giving an opportunity. Let me say this. Please make sure when you're checking out that you put your address. Many of you are forgetting to put your address in when you're going through PayPal. Many of you are forgetting to put your address. Please put your address so I can mail you the brush sets. I also will say this, I don't have many brush sets. So, yeah, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. I see many of you are purchasing it now. If you click the link in the bio, I'm pretty sure it will take you there. If you go to the Remix Radio page, or if you go to the link that I just put in chat, it's also, the link is in the show notes. If you're listening to this after, if you are listening to this in the future, or on the download, the link is there. And if you go into, I'm trying to find a link for y'all so I can tell you, because I know someone will be listening to this in the future and they're going to say, how can I tap into this? So I want to make sure. No, that's not it. Yeah, if you, that's not it. Hold on. That's not it. But if you go to the link in the bio, you will see that it's one of the, you'll see it, and I'll make sure that the link is in there. But it's at if you go to www.payhip.com/ Ms.Blue, BLUE, it will take you straight there. And many of you have that as well. And thank you so much to the moderator for putting that in there. Oh, it feels so good to say that, putting it in there. So there you go. So if you want to get the link, You'll be able to get that link and you'll be able to get it. I'm excited for you guys. I kind of went back tonight earlier and I was listening to the workshop again, and literally it almost brought tears to my eyes. It was so beautiful and such a wealth of information. I didn't edit anything out, so everything that is there, and it's more than 6 hours that we were together. We took breaks. I think we even had sort of like a evening break and we sort of came back, and we took our little breaks, but it was 6 hours and we could have kept going from there. But it's so many good things in there. Anyone really wanting to tap into their feminine energy in a very big way and learn some ancient techniques, then you'll be able to connect with that energy. And that's a great way to be able to do it. So I wanted to say that and give everyone a very, very big shout out for that. So yeah, let's get those likes up. We're gonna go to the phone lines here in just a moment. We're gonna listen to some Baby Blue. 515-605-9794 is the number to call. Once you click that number, that's gonna get you locked into the remix. International callers that are out there, all you have to do is dial the US country code and then dial 515-605-9794, and that's going to get you tapped in. The other thing I want to tell you is if you're one of our international callers or if you're listening online, you can actually come on over, I believe it is there, to blogtalkradio.com/the remix, right? And when the show is live, you will see the direct connect button there. You can click that, and that way you can connect with us on the phone lines that way. Yeah, you can do it that way. Magnetic connections. Speaking of magnetic connections, we got that new moon that's coming up. Oh my goodness. On the 20th, the new moon is going to be in the sign of Pisces. It's going to be some pretty interesting energy going down, going down, going down as this new moon energy comes in the sign, our water sign of Pisces. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, yeah. Always up for it. Always up for it. All right. So we're gonna listen to some Baby Blue. Here we go.
La 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 la, the remix. Hey, this is Baby Blue. And remember, if nothing else moves you, life will.
So true. Say it with me. If nothing else moves you, life will. If nothing else moves you, life will. I mean, if nothing don't move you, listen, life, life gonna move you for sure. Life is gonna move you. So we're gonna go to the phone lines. I'm ready to go to the phone lines. And yeah, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I don't know why that won't do this. It won't do what I need it to do. It simply will not do what I need it to do. But we're going to go to the phone lines and I'm going to jump around. So definitely make sure that you're ready once the phone lines come up. And yeah, we're going to go from there. Let's go to the caller calling in from area code 8434. 8434, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are
Hey, Blue.
and where you're calling from. Greetings. Who's on the line?
It's CJ.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can. You're just coming in a little low. So,
Hi, it's CJ.
It
Calling in from ST.
okay. You said it's DJ. Are you saying DJ?
Yes, I'm mind over matter.
Okay, your mind over matter. Greetings to you. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am amazing. Thank you for asking. How can I help?
I, it was such a pleasure actually listening to you tonight. Something was telling me, look on YouTube and see what Ms.Blue got going on. I seen you was live. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna listen tonight. I kind of got busy. I was
Right.
like, you know what? No, I'm gonna listen. And it was something I needed to hear. So I'm
Mm,
like, okay. I said, I'm gonna call in too. I said, I wasn't gonna call in. I'm just listening. So I'm gonna
yeah.
call in, and I'm the first one. So I guess it's meant to be. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening to yourself. So, what about what I said? What was that stuck out to you the most that you felt like, wow, I really needed to hear this?
Continue to listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Following self love. Um, just everything pretty much. And it just confirmed everything that I have going on and what I've been
Mm-hmm.
trying to practice on. And I'm, pretty much in my 20s. So, yeah, I'm getting new to my spirituality. And it has, awakened me a whole lot.
That's powerful.
So when you said something about that, I was like, okay, yeah, he's talking to me tonight.
What you say, talking directly to you. Yeah. Well,
Directly. So
mm,
it moved me.
well, good, good, good. Yeah.
So tonight I didn't really know because I've been feeling kind of not lost, but I know what I've been doing. I've been trying to keep pushing, having a faith in what I'm doing. I still just feel kind of lost. Don't know if I'm coming or going.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess maybe I just need a little general reading.
Mm-hmm.
What are my spiritual guides trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm. 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 So here is one of the things that I want to tell you. Number one, you're feeling lost because you're in a time of transitioning. So there's a lot of new things, like you have a lot of new projects, a lot of things that you want to do. And, it's kind of like I want you to think about when you're driving a car. And let's say you're getting ready to go into a big intersection. And before you get to that intersection, there's a stop sign. You have to sort of come to a complete stop before you can tell which way you're going to go forward. Are you going to go to the right? Are you going to go to the left? Or are you going to go straight forward? And I want you to think about what's happening with you being this same way. You're really thinking about which direction you want to move in. You're thinking about what direction do I need to go in yet. The truth of the matter is you haven't come to a complete stop. And the other thing is there's a couple of things I see that you have to close out before you move yourself forward. Number one, I see a piece of paper. Anytime I see a piece of paper, this has to do with a contract, right? And so this contract tells me that there are some legal things that you need to take care of. That's kind of pressing, not maybe majorly pressing. This could do with the driver's license. This could do with a living arrangement. This could do with some outstanding bills. I see some books. It could be due to education, but there is something you need to handle, something you've sort of been running from that I want you to take a look at. Don't be afraid to open up things that are bills and things that are coming to you. Don't be afraid to take a look at it, right? Because by you looking at it, then you're going to be able to connect yourself and understand how this is going to help you to move forward. So it's not anything to really distract you or take you off your course. It is something to help you move forward, and you're going to know exactly what you need to do. The other thing I want to encourage you to do is, if at all possible, I want you to buy yourself a bamboo plant. Get you a bamboo plant. The bamboo plant is one of the fastest growing plant on the planet. But here's something DJ people don't know about the bamboo plant. It has to be in the right environment. Has to have just enough water. It has to have just enough sunlight. It has to have just the right amount of vibes. And the room temperature has to be just right. And that's kind of how you are. You've got to have certain things in place in order for you to thrive. And by getting this bamboo plant, it's going to serve as a subconscious, right, reminder. It's going to be a reminder that you are the one determining how these things are lining up for you. You still with it?
Right. And lately I've been looking at bamboo plants. I've been wanting one, but I never got one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely you want to get you one. You want to get you a bamboo plant, and you also want to take care of those things you need to take care of.
Right.
Mhm.
What's crazy? I had a crazy dream, and I've been having this dream, frequently. And it's always like in a school, either my old middle school or high school. It's like I'm always there going to it, or just doing something there.
Mhm.
But this particular one last night, I was just running from someone in this school. And I'm like, what is going on? Why I keep having this dream of me being in the school?
Mhm. Well, school
And
dreams
now it's
are
like it's chasing, someone is chasing.
yeah, school dreams are very cool. Because this is the way that we learn through spirit. When you're in a university, planet Earth is a school, this is a university, and we are in many different universities here, and we're studying many different subjects. So whenever you have a school, this is something. But there are some things that you are running from. The person you are running from is you. You're running from you. You want to totally recreate and reinvent your life. And it's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to understand that wherever you go, you are taking a part of you. And it is through the understanding of who you are right now at this time that's going to help you to move forward so that you can sort of really redesign your life. This is what we call it in Self Invested. So you can sort of recreate or create the life that you know you were born to live.
Confirmation, confirmation. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And before you go, I noticed you kind of ran from this question. You know what I'm talking about when I said there's something you have to take care of.
I was kind of lost. I was thinking, I kind of feel like I know, but I don't.
You do know. What is it that you think you know that you need to take care of that you've been avoiding?
Other than cleaning up, um, I've been wanting to do a certain paperwork that's, it's um, it's important, but it's not important. Um, Maybe that's it. I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm. You
but
think
I
it.
haven't really been putting it off. It's more of a, getting things together before I do it type thing.
Mm, that would be called putting it off. But I want you to check that. Make sure that you have those things in place, especially like car insurance or, if you have any outstanding tickets or your driver's license is about to expire or you need to update your address information. I want you to look at that because I promise you, when Miss Blue sees this, and you don't have to do anything that I say, but it's pretty spot on. There's something
I,
you're not taking care of that. If you do, it's going to open up so many beautiful things for you.
thank you. And it's crazy when you said driver's license. I was thinking that's something I do need to take care of. I just got a notice in the middle of the day that is, due in 3 months that I need to renew it. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, that's it. But
Yeah.
the main thing that was in my head was what I spoke to you about a couple of weeks ago, that we didn't really touch on. Um, but you probably know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember. I will tell you this, my guides kind of wipe things clear. So why don't you tell us so we can save time? Because
Um, so I I've been focusing more on me, and I think I'm going through with more separation process.
you said going through with a legal separation process.
I haven't really made that the legal separation process, but a separation process yet.
Hmm. Yeah, you know what it is. You have several things to take care of, but I know you will. And I want to thank you for calling in, representing South Click, South Carolina. And yeah, wishing you
Thank
so
you, thank
much love.
you,
All right. Peace and love, DJ.
you
Thanks for
too.
calling in. Hmm.
Much love, much love.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, we sometimes it's easy for us to let things slip our minds or we really don't want to know. But if we do, it can really work out in our favor. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 8057. 8057, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi. Hi. This is Donna. I'm in California, Santa Barbara.
Okay, you said Donna?
Yes.
Okay,
Hi.
greetings, Donna. Is this your first time calling in?
No, but it's been a long time.
Okay,
Yeah. I
okay.
called once.
Welcome in. How can I help?
Thank you. I live alone. I don't have kids or anything, and I've lived in my same apartment building for 17 years,
Mm,
and I'd like to move. Do you see
okay.
me moving this year or next year? But I don't have the. It's very hard to find places here. There's a shortage on
Yeah.
places, so I'm hoping to in a house or something will happen. Maybe I'll meet a fellow, or I just wanted to know what you were picking up, please.
Okay, well, let's take a look. And one of the things I will tell you is that I was reading an article a couple of weeks ago, and I believe it was somewhere, I could be wrong, in China. I might be wrong. It might have
Uh-huh.
been Japan, where they literally was giving away houses to
Oh my
people.
gosh. Uh-huh.
They literally was giving away houses. And it was so interesting. You know how sometimes you cut on the television? Well, at least my television is like an oracle. I think everything in my home operates as an oracle. But they were giving away houses to people. And I was like, wow, like they had all of these abandoned houses and they were giving them away. And I thought it was so interesting. I just kind of looked at the article, listened for a little bit. And then when I click, like it gave me a suggestion. And this was on YouTube. And then the next thing I seen, Donna, was this story of this woman who was living in Philadelphia and she was living on subsidized housing. And they showed her, and she was sitting there, and they were talking to her, and she was saying that the cost of living has gone up so much, And so many places, even though she was living on subsidized housing, like they were raising the rent for who could stay in certain places. And so she had to look for a place to move. And the city was saying that they don't have a place for all of these people to move. And they were talking about how this was becoming a very big problem in America, like not just in Philadelphia, not just in Colorado, not just in these other states, but it was happening all over. And so then finally they fast forward her and they show her standing on a balcony. And she was like, hello, everybody. She told everybody her name again. She said, I'm now living in Hawaii.
Oh,
And I sat up because that started getting interesting to me because I wanted to know how did she go from subsidized living to being, on a fixed income and now not being able to afford to move and wanting to move but couldn't move to now here she is on a balcony and I'm looking at this beautiful view that looks like she's at a resort, like she's on vacation,
oh,
like
how
she's doing this. And guess what, Donna? She said something
what?
that blew my mind. She said she found out about a program, and so many states were doing it, where you could actually transfer your voucher for where you're living
Yes.
to another state. And guess what state is allowing people to come? Hawaii. She
Why?
transferred her voucher to Hawaii. And
Oh,
isn't that amazing? Here's the thing. And through the program, they moved all of her furniture. Even though she said she was pretty honest, she, like you, had lived in her apartment 15, 20 years. She said she didn't even take
yeah.
much. She only took those things she really wanted. They packed her up and moved her. And she moved in a beautiful apartment building. She transferred everything to the state of
Oh
Hawaii
my God.
and she was living there. And they said so many people don't know that these programs exist.
Yeah, I'm on housing right now. I'm
Well,
on housing right now. So
well,
it's
listen,
in that. Yeah.
I
Wow.
say that
On
this
low
is
end.
a sign for you to reach out and I'm just going to tell you, do a little bit of research. Your guides are
I
coming
will.
through. They're going to help you with this. And if it's something you're interested in, because if you go to the state you're living in and you go to the website or you type in transfer, your housing, what other states, they will tell you what other states and places take that voucher where you can actually transfer. And the government has a program to make sure you get from point A to point B and get you somewhere secure that you can live. So, to answer your question, do I see you moving? Absolutely. I think it's going to be when the weather is warmer. Now, I will tell you because I'm kind of in and out of these dimensions. The past, the present, and the future is all the same to me. So sometimes I suck with time, but it does feel like the weather is warmer. And it's a reason because I watched that show many, many months ago, and I don't think I've ever spoke about it on the remix, and it came to mind for you. And that's a way that spirit shows me. And all of you can take notes when these things come back, like your what I call, this is an intuitive recall. And so this is sort of coming out of my akasha, giving me this information so I can have it readily available when I'm doing sessions and readings for people to be able to pass that information on to you.
Yeah, because you had no idea I was on housing until I and here.
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? I am so excited. And yes, I see you moving. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna I'm gonna check that out. Do you see it this year or next year? Do you think?
I feel that it can even be possible, like I said, during the summertime, and it feels like it could be possible this year, but again, that a lot of that just depends. This is what I want you to do, Donna. I need you to hold the vibration that it's possible for you. And you don't have to know how the universe, God, the divine is going to figure that out for you. But no, just hold that you do see yourself moving, sort of maybe go to Pinterest, pick you out a beautiful, what kind of view you want to have and what you want to look at, and just kind of get in that energy. And where you're living now, imagine how you would feel if you were living in that ideal space right now. I used to do that before I got my home built. I did that same thing. And just be in that frequency as if it is happening now. Hold that space, and the universe and your guides and the ancestors is going to guide you step by step how to do it.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Please come back and let us know. Please let us know the moment you get ready and you're about to move and settle in. Call back in so you can let us know, or email me and let me know how things are going.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you. Peace and love. I'm going to give you some sparkles. There you go. There you go, Donna. Peace and love. Oh, that was so good. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot about that. Wow, that was beautiful. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 9046. 9046, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi,
Hello?
Miss Blue. My name is Robin.
Hello,
Hello.
Robin. Hi, Robin. Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from Florida.
Beautiful Florida. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This your first time calling in?
It is my first time, yes.
Oh, well, welcome. We love it when first time callers call in, or at least I do. I'm
Thank
sure everybody
you.
else does too. Yes, how can I help you?
So I need a little direction. So I applied for a job like almost 3 years ago that I didn't want, and I knew I didn't want it, but I applied and I knew I would get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I applied for it, but ever since I got it, I can't get out of it. And so I was wanting to know,
Mm-hmm.
do you see me getting a different position, a new job anytime soon?
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
also, I've had this feeling for many years that there's just something I should be doing other than going to work and coming back home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like there's more to life than just working.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Could you give me some direction on that as
I
well?
sure can. I sure can. Well, first of all, let me say this to you. I don't want us to miss this moment, Robin. Congratulations. Look how you manifested that. You applied for a job you didn't want, you got it. And now you can't get out of it. It's like when it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. You're kind of stuck in that place. But
Yes.
I want you to be completely honest with me because I'm seeing a couple of things. And I hear what you're saying about you not liking the job. But what I do see is literally your energy lights up when you get to help someone on the job.
Get
So
out of
there's
here.
components about it that you love, that you literally love about the job. Mm-hmm.
No, okay, I like the people.
Yes.
I like the location.
Yes.
The company is okay, but
Yeah.
the actual work I can't stand.
You can't stand. You can't stand the work.
No.
Okay, so tell me, is it something to do with administrative work?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because I see a whole bunch of files and papers and
Yep,
um
that's it.
it and I see and I'm gonna tell you what else I see. I don't know why spirit gave me this. I'm sure it's something from my childhood, but I see a hamster on a wheel on the desk. And anytime I see someone with the hamster cage and a hamster going spinning that wheel, I know they're doing some sort of admin work. Um,
Absolutely.
so to answer your question, I do see you shifting into something else. The problem is, it's not so much that you're stuck there. You're really waiting to see what it is you need to be doing. In a perfect world, Robin, you would make the most incredible, loving, caring, what do you call those people? Advocate for foster care children. The person that goes to court, that makes sure their voice is being heard, make sure their needs are being met, like working in something social like that. What do you think
That's
about that?
interesting.
What do you think about
Uh, that is so very different.
that? You really
Very
have a
interesting.
love for making sure. I think one of the reasons you kind of like admin work, or at one time in your life, you really loved the admin work, because the admin work, you love when things come together and you want to see how it ends. And the job you're in, you often don't know the end result. Like you're just one stop in the process.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. You're an amazing healer, but your healer comes through conversation, and you don't often get to do that. So you would be a perfect counselor, even doing life coaching. Matter of fact, you would be the perfect life coach for admin administrators.
Get out of here. Really?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. To really help them understand that even though they have that job and even if they love it, how they can really efficiently work in that, but know that there was more to life than what they do. Here's what I would
That it seems
go ahead.
so strange because I'm such an introverted person. I
Y-
don't like talking.
Actually, you love talking, but again, tonight is all about magnetic connections. The connection, you need a certain magnetic pull on your aura for you to open up. But you have a lot of things that you want to say to people when you're looking at certain things. But you think, that's not my job. I'm just here to get this right.
Yes, do what I'm told.
Do what I'm told. I got a better process for that to be. But I want to encourage you to start speaking up. I want to encourage you to start speaking more. And I really want you to look into different modalities. Even if it's, I think you would be perfect for starting a social group. And even if it's no more than visiting things in your city, and you like things that are alternative, like alternative healing, and maybe taking people on a trip, like anything to bring people together, or advocating for people who don't have a voice. Oh, and you like pets.
I do, though I don't have any.
I
But
know,
yeah, I do.
but you like pets. I see a sweet little kitty hanging out next to you. You like pets.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I
I
agree with
always thought it
you.
would be a dog, Miss Blue.
Yeah, I see a dog too, but I see the cat a little closer. It's always the thing we least
Okay.
expect. Um, you know, you haven't got a dog because you don't want to be walking them all the time.
Right. I don't want to be on poop patrol. You
Hmm.
are correct.
Yeah, see,
You
a
are
cat
correct. I
is a
did that many years ago.
yeah, a cat is more independent. But you don't have to get a pet, you know. They can love you from a distance as well. But I will tell you this, I want you to start exploring. I want you to find a class. If you got a sip and paint class, you know, somewhere you can be a little bit more social and really speak a little bit more. Really, I want you to find those things that you enjoy loving to do, raise your frequency a little higher. But really, you are bringing so much to the environment that you're in. So much
Oh,
to the environment that you're in, even through your silence. You're very telepathic because you be sending them messages that they are clueless that they are coming from you. Like, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So I do see you finding something else, but I want you to explore a little bit more. I think you would work very well in places where higher frequency is, places where children are, or even places where seniors are, and they're functioning, and you get a chance to even be an advocate for them or working in that capacity, and even a place where you can, you know, advocate to bring in different healing modalities or different things that are helpful, you know.
Okay.
Hmm. Or you can stay at home and be a life coach because you would be amazing at coaching, um, especially people who are entering into some of these careers. Hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
You are blowing my mind with this. Because all of this that you are saying is stuff that I would never, ever think about doing.
Well, you have the perfect energy for it. Um, if I were to call you right now, if I were to call you right now, Miss Robin, and told you, oh, Miss Robin, I'm so stressed out, you would say, sit down, Miss Blue. Let me talk to you for a minute because I'm going to share some things with you that's going to help you to get yourself together, calm you down. You can do that, and people will listen to you. You just spent a lot of your life being told to be quiet, and somewhere along the line, you believe that. And not to mention, then there's been, I even see some loved ones who you've lost. And that sort of just kind of taken your voice away. But really, you're ready for it to come back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. So speak, Miss Robin, speak.
I'll work on it. I am so ready to do something else.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And look for some good social groups that are in your area. You know, places where you can go with things that you enjoy doing, or take a class in something you've never thought about. You would be an amazing tour guide in a museum. Like, I could see you explaining, you know, what we're looking at, and then say, because you do like to boss people around. See, that's part of the problem too, Miss Robin. Your spirit guides are telling
Oh,
me.
stop.
You really
Stop.
do. You enjoy telling people what to do, and it's okay. It's okay. That is really okay. But I really could see you doing tours and taking people through the gardens or through the Botanica or taking them in a museum and saying, okay, this is what we're looking at here, and explaining what it is and answering questions. So, any place that you can really shine, 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 and just really be front and center. You've been in the background way too long in your life. It's time for you, darling, to
And
come
I
into
always
the
thought
light.
that's where I wanted to be,
Yeah, you did.
actually.
You did. And that's why you're so bored at work, because you realize that now it's time to come into the light, Caroline. It's time to come into the light, darling. Hmm. Yeah, that's the difference. That is the difference. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Thank
want
you
to
so
I want
much.
to I want to give you something. Okay? I want to give you
Okay.
something. I want you to mhm. Okay. So, I want you, and by the way, you don't have to do anything that Miss Blue says. But I want to tell you about this. Back
Okay.
in 1981, because I feel like 1981 was a very pivotal year for you. Do you remember what you was doing in 1981?
I have no idea, but I know I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. 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 Like how young of a kid?
Um, well, I don't know. Let me see.
We can do the math for you, Miss Robin.
I was 13.
You was
I was 13.
13 years old. And when you were 13, what did you imagine yourself doing at 13?
I always wanted to be a flight attendant, actually.
This is perfect. 1981, let me tell you what happened. In 1981, there was a fashion designer. And this particular fashion designer came out with her own fragrance line. And she came out with her own fragrance line in 1981. And mm, her name is Catalina Herrera. Have you ever heard of Catalina Herrera?
I have not.
I want you to do some research on her because she came up, Catalina Herrera. Catalina Herrera came out with her fragrance line in 1981. And she came out with these fragrances and these scents that were inspired really of the intimate nature of women, and not just
Okay.
any kind of woman. You know, this was the duality of the feminine energy, that mystery, that naughtiness, but also that goodness. Like she put it all in there. And she has won some amazing fragrances, awards for her fragrances throughout the year. So here is one that I want you to get. And by the way, you can go to Sephora. You can go to any Sephora store. And I want you to go to the counter, sashay yourself up to the counter, and say, I would like to have a sample of Catalina Herrera's Good Girl. That's the name of the
Will do.
fragrance. And this is why I know Spirit showed me here, because I didn't know how old you would have been when she started making her fragrance. But the fact that good girl was when you was a girl
Yes.
tells me
Yes.
exactly why Spirit led me there. But this good girl fragrance, I want you to get that because I know that fragrances can unlock so many magical things inside of us, right? And this is also going to take you to a place because it has jasmine, it has coconut, it has almond, it has some vanilla in it, some very beautiful notes that are in Good Girl. But I want you to get you a sample of that Good Girl, and I want you to use that, when you have your maybe Sunday reset and put that fragrance on. And it just says, this is very sweet, it's alluring, it has qualities of jasmine, and it says it brings good girl, a bright feminine sort of essence, and good girl's mysterious side to express a very rich fragrance. It brings in softness and boldness at the same time. And it's a fragrance that you can wear during the day and also during the night. But I want you to put on Good Girls, and I want you to sit down, and I want you to just do some automatic writing. And in that automatic writing, I want you to write out the things that you love. So this is a love letter to Robin about all the things that you love. So take yourself a nice shower, get you a little bit of the Good Girl. By the way, they got Good Girl, they have Very Good Girl, they have Very Good Girl Glam, and then there is what is called Good Girl Supreme. Very
Wow.
unapologetic, very provocative scent that is there. And Very Good Girl Glam is empowering and it's bold. So when you go to that counter at Sephora, and if you have any problems, you tell them Ms.Blue sent you. You tell them you want a sample of Good Girl, you want Very Good Girl, and then you get to choose because I think they only give you 3 or 4. So you're either going to get Very Good Girl Glam or you can get Good Girl Supreme. And I want you to use those scents,
Okay.
and I want you to sit down and do some journaling. Write yourself a love letter, put it on. After you write it, we have this new moon coming up, which is excellent, right? This new moon for activating new things that we want to get in the habit of. So after you take your shower and everything, spray you on some of the Good Girl from Catalina Herrera. And I want you to sit and write down what you love. And then that night, I want you to take that, fold it up, put it in your pillowcase, go to sleep. Let that be the last thing on your mind before you drift to sleep. And in the morning, open it up, read it before you go off to work, before you go do. Spray you a little bit more Good Girl. And I want you to take one of those things from your list. And I want you to do that day. Embody that feeling of what you love. And yeah, that's going to help open you up so much. You just need to have a little bit more fun. Need to take a little walk on the wild side. But I want you to be a good girl.
You are right, because I do nothing. You are so right.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, good girl is going to change your life. And by the way, what I love about this line that Catalina has, it's a stiletto pump in the shape of a perfume bottle.
Really?
Yeah. So once you figure out what fragrance you enjoy, then maybe later you can go back and you can get that perfume. But I want you to go get the sample size. They give you a nice little bit, and those are free. They're courtesy. You just go to Sephora. You just got to ask. Anybody gets to looking crazy, you tell them Ms.Blue sent you. Yeah.
I sure will. Thank you
You're
so much.
you're so welcome. I'm excited for the future, Robbie. I want to call you Robbie, but Robin, I just want you to get excited too, because I'm telling you, it looks good. It looks good.
Well, yes, you make it sound so awesome. Yes, so I am excited.
Well, good. You
I
hold
wish I could
that.
see what you see.
I know, but listen, you will soon see it. You just do those steps, come back and let us know. We love all the details. And yeah, just sending you so much love. I'm going to give you some good girl sparkles on your way. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Peace and love. Hold the line.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, how good was that? I haven't thought about old Catalina Herrera in a minute. But yes, her good girls. Whew, yeah, that's one to grow on. Let's go to the next caller calling in from area code 7134. 7134, you're live on Planet Remix.
Yes.
Yes, who's on the line?
Oh my goodness, I dozed off. My name is Tammy.
Did you say Tammy?
Yes.
Okay, greetings, Tammy. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How can I help you?
I feel like my life, like I'm on a hamster wheel and I cannot get off. Like I'm going in circles.
Mm-hmm.
If it
Circle.
ain't with my health, if it ain't with my health,
Mm-hmm.
it's with my finances. It's like, when is it going to stop?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's definitely take a look. Okay. Okay. Well, I will definitely say this to you. Um, do you have me on speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm getting some
I'm alone with
feedback.
wait a minute. I can. Okay, I took it off.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's a couple of things that I want you to think about, and that's going to take me back to your thoughts. See, when you say things like, what else can go wrong? The universe says, oh, she wants some more things to go wrong. And it sends it to you. But I promise you,
Oh.
nothing is wrong. You're really going through a major transformation and ascension. It often seems like when we get ourselves in the position where we're ready to make adjustments in our lives and drastic changes, which you've done over the last couple of years, even more intensely when it comes to you, and you've stopped minding other people's business because you used to do that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, now you're just finally taking care of things that you needed to take care with you. Nothing is wrong, and it's okay. You need to learn how to kind of manage your money a little bit more. And you're not going to be broke, so you don't have to worry about that. You didn't take a vow of poverty here. But what I need you to do is I need you to know that you're going to be okay. You're going to be better than okay. And now is the time to really be in a place of gratitude and see how many good things you can hold on to in your life to start magnetizing that energy. Keep your heart light, keep it pure, keep your mind clear, stop doing all this worrying. It's nothing to worry about. Have some
I'm
fun.
trying to clear my heart, but I'm
so angry.
I
And I
know.
don't like it.
I'm going to tell you some things to do. I want you to get you a baseball bat, a plastic one, like the kids' plastic bat. I want you to make your
Mhm.
bed nice and sweet in the morning. Here, let me see if I can give you some vibes here. Hold on. You're going to make your bed nice in the morning, and as you make your bed in the morning, yeah, you're going to make your bed. Let me see. You're going to make your bed and you're going to beat the shit out of it with that bat. You're going to bang it up, and you're going to let it all out.
I've been wanting to.
And then you can take your pillow tonight, put your face in it, and scream. And then make yourself a promise to everyone that you want to lash out on, let this anger out on. Write a letter and release it. Don't give it to them. Put it in an envelope, send it back to yourself. And when it comes back to you, open it up, do a little ritual, sign your name, and then burn it. You got to learn how to let go, because this is what's holding you down. By the way, shouts out to Erica Badu. Shouts out to our girl Erica. Matter of fact, she's celebrating her birthday as well as one of her albums. You know, hip hop is celebrating a birthday, but, you know, I forgot how many years ago it's been since, you know, her debut album collection came out, Badu. You know, Erica Badu is one of those people, I don't feel like she get enough roses that she deserve, because she's more than just an artist who performed. You know, she really shaped our culture. I know myself and many others, we look to her because she came with a style that was so unique and so different, but yet so loving and so bold, right? And
Right.
she represented, for those of us old and young, in a way that was so authentic and raw and real, that we hadn't seen in such a long time, you know? In
Right.
such a long time. We hadn't seen that in such a long time. So giving her so much, you know, so much love. But she taught us about bag ladies. You can't magnetize, you can't make connections because you're carrying all of this stuff. And I want you to know, whoever you are angry at, whoever you are upset at, you're feeding yourself back poison. It's not going to them. It's only going to you. And I know it's not easy. It really isn't. But you can do this. You can do this. Matter of fact, you have done this. You have. But can you agree? Can you agree to let it go? See, this is why forgiveness, and by the way, I would encourage you or anyone else who's dealing with this to go back into our archives, listen to the show that we did about forgiveness. See, forgiveness is never about the other person. You got a pen real quick? I want you to write something down.
Yes.
Okay? Let me know when you have a pen and something to write with.
I already had a pen when I was on hold.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. I want you to write the word forgive down.
Hmm.
And then underneath, I want you to write FOR.
Okay.
And then underneath that word, I want you to write GIV and add a ING.
Okay.
What do those two words say?
Forgive, forgiving.
It says forward giving. When you forgive, you are giving your future self an opportunity to move forward. That's what forgiveness is. It doesn't excuse the behavior or the actions that someone did. But when you truly forgive, that forgiveness is allowing your forward self, your future self, you to move forward. You're giving yourself a chance to move forward.
Yeah.
I really want you to get that because you run your energy very deep in your body. And I know because I had to learn this about me and my emotions. My emotions are so strong, I literally can shut down power. I literally can. One time I got so upset, and I was so upset that literally the pipe burst in my house. I knew why.
Oh man.
I knew why. See, but here's the thing that I want you to understand, because that was the final straw for me in really understanding that I would never allow myself. I'm not going to say not to get angry. Oh, I'm going to get angry. I'm going to be pissed off. I'm just not going to stay in that state because I
Right.
recognized that when I don't let it
And I
go.
don't like being angry. It's scary.
Well, listen to what I'm telling you. When you're holding on to anger, it is like an atomic bomb going off in your body. And the impact is happening to your heart, it's happening to your organs, it's happening to the cells in your body, and it can happen to your brain, or it really can adjust your frequency so much. So some people don't run their energy deep. So when they're doing these kind of things, they could be in optimum health. They could never ever get sick, don't catch a cold, nothing can happen to them, but it may affect their mind. Listen at me closely. That energy will shoot straight up to their pineal gland and it will explode in their mind. Now, some other people, it doesn't affect their body. Their body is not affected at all. Their mind is not affected. But it will start to magnetize in their life. It will be in their energy field, in their magnetic field. And so it will affect their money. It will shut down. It will cut off the flow of their money. Now, wait a minute. Got something for the rest of you. And for the rest of you, it may not affect your body, your mind, your money, but it will destroy relationships in your life like nobody's damn business. You couldn't keep a damn relationship to save your life. But we're all unique and we run our energy different. And eventually, no matter where that energy begins to subside itself, it will eventually circumvent itself, and it, like a boomerang, like a target, it will come immediately back to you. Back to you. So you don't have to let it go. Just know that you're willing. Is the pain of what happened great enough to destroy your life and you? That's the only question you have to ask yourself. Am I willing to hold on to this and allow it to change, to destroy relationships, and to alter my life? So many times when we feel our life is out of control, one of the places that our ancestors took us back to, but many people don't want to look at why. They say, do you have a pure heart? Are you forgiving? Have you released yourself of anger? So many texts. You can go to the east. You can go to the west. You can take your ass to Mars and Venus, and they will tell you the same thing. It's not a moral code. It's an energetic law. Very big difference. See, we as humans, sometimes we get caught in moral codes, and we think because your ass did some shit to me, quote unquote, that something should happen to you.
And that's what I be thinking.
Yeah.
I swear I do.
Well, that is true. But the more that you put yourself into that frequency, into that flow, into that current, then you are now agreeing that whatever happens to that person, you too must experience in your life to that capacity. So it is true. Oh, they're going to get what they deserve. And guess what? You now have signed up to get it too. And if you don't want that, then you have to do something different. The most powerful thing on the planet is to understand your mind. And when you can use your free will to decide what you will entertain, what thoughts you will hold, what feelings you will mold, you will awaken yourself to a higher state of being. But as long as you let memories of the past, because here's the truth, whatever happened, I don't care how or what it was, whatever it was, you cannot deny that you are still here. You made it through whatever happened. You made it through. You are no longer in that state. But here's the deal with the mind. The mind works almost like the universe. It doesn't judge. And so every day that you think about it, that you're still mad about it, that you're still pissed off about it, the mind makes you relive that again as if it's happening right now. It doesn't know that this was 5 years ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or even lifetimes ago. The mind thinks it's going on right now. Right now. And here's another thought that I want to give you, because I'm going to push you a little bit here, because you're really to the point where you're having a breakthrough. Because sometimes what has to happen is we have a breakdown before we have a breakthrough. And you're really at that point. It seems like you're about to fall backwards, but you're actually about to step forward, and you're about to empower yourself to a level you never thought possible before. You ready?
Yes.
I want you to think about, just this one last time, whatever it is you're carrying. I want you to think about that. Let me know when you're holding that thought. I know. Now hold on. Hold on for me for just a second. Hold on for just a second. Give me just a second. All right? And I'm giving you so much love. What if, and I want you to listen to me really carefully. You ready?
Yes.
What if, just listen to me. What if you could switch places? Would you do it?
No.
Okay. You wouldn't switch places, would you?
No.
What if, and I want you to think of someone you love more than anything in this world right now. You thinking of somebody right now?
Yes.
Who you thinking about? You don't have to say their name, but just tell us who they are.
My aunt, she's 80.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else you can think of at this time?
No.
Just your aunt.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you have any children?
I have two.
Mm-hmm. But not them?
My oldest, I feel like he's taken a darker road in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just empty. I never felt no connection to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't know. I feel like my mother did some roots to him.
Mm-hmm.
He just, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. And your other child?
And my youngest, he's 17. It's like it's a battle. It's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a struggle. I still feel like this anger from when I had cancer. Like I just went through it by myself, and I still
Yeah.
hold on to that anger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and your mother?
She basically let everything happen to me.
Mm-hmm. And when you say she let everything happen to you, you mean as far as the children?
Abuse, manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
black magic,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for me to die.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just
Okay. All right. So we
Oh
got a
wow.
clearer picture. And I thank you for giving us that clearer picture because you've been through a lot. But here's the thing I want to tell you that one of the emotional components of cancer is anger. And I tell you that because you made it through that. So I hear what you're saying about being so angry, but you got a lot of love inside of you too. And I want you to know that despite all of these challenges that you just went through, you have more love in you than you do anger. So I want you to know that, okay?
Yes.
Now, let's go back to your auntie who you love dearly.
Yes.
Do you want to hold on to this anger to the point that it will distract you from the one person that you really feel you love and that honestly loves you?
No.
Then I want you to hold that thought every time you find yourself becoming so angry. I could say a lot of things to you, but here's what I want you to know. Number one, you're very much an empath, so you can feel things very deeply. Like that's a,
And I hate it.
well, no, that's a very powerful superpower to be able to do it.
It is, but not in being in crowds. Like sometimes I feel like I want to cry, but it's not my feelings. It's
Right.
somebody else.
Yes. So this is about you learning how to work with your empathic feelings. That's what this is. And then a lot of times when that energy is out of balance, it will become very warped and discarded about how things are.
Hmm.
Okay. So that means that sometimes we're not looking at the same picture.
Right.
And I want you to know that even though your mother is a piece of work, I will agree,
Hmm.
there is some misunderstandings in between a lot of things that happen with you. But you blame your mother because at a time when you were a child and you were supposed to be kept safe, she didn't keep you safe. And that sort of started your spiral. I would love for you to find someone that you could work with that could help you in your healing process, and someone who understands things about spiritual principles, because one of the things that I see is that um, some of the, I don't want to say some of the people you're reaching out to, I want you to go somewhere where someone can help you process this information. If you email me, I may have, because Ms.Blue has a long, long waiting list.
Okay.
It's about 2 years. So that's a, you think you mad. She'll be real angry trying to get a one-on-one with me. And even though I'm working on that, but there are some beautiful sisters who work with me, some of the priestess that do some amazing work, and even some of those that work so that you can really work with somebody, or we can put you, find somebody, or maybe that you can get some support, because you're going to need some support to move yourself through this. I want you to sit down and
Okay.
write yourself a love me letter. And this is when I want you to go back
And think about the time in your life. It could have been at your youngest age when you loved yourself and you trusted yourself. And when you did, things went right. Could be as simple as something told me, to wear my tennis shoes to school that day. And I remember I was so excited because we got to go outside and play. All the way up to
My
where
tea parties.
to where you are now. I want you to, because this is about you learning how to trust who you are. I still want you to do all the things that I'm telling you to do because it is so necessary that you continually take this step forward in your life and not keep carrying this pain with you. All right?
Yes.
So make yourself a good playlist with some loving songs on it.
Okay.
No more focusing on hating your mother, because here's what I want you to know. And you being a mother, I want you to understand this. Everyone is doing the very best that they know how. And that is something you would want your children to know ultimately about you. That you did the very best that you knew how to do at the time that you were doing it. Does your 17-year-old live with you?
Yes.
Does he also spend time with his father or other family members?
It's just me and him.
Okay. Yeah. I would recommend both of you, because here's something I'll tell you that breaks my heart is when I ask you who you love, you named your aunt and you didn't even name your child that's in the house with you.
It's just feel like a disconnection. I just feel like
And
no
that,
matter what I do is enough. Moving into a better environment wasn't enough. It's just like I just feel drained trying to make him happy.
so here's the thing. Maybe it's time to look at where he can go to be happy. If it's his father, if he's in his life, if it's to
He
live,
don't like him.
is it your mother? To start looking at where you both can be. Because as a mother, and I want you to think about this, even though you and your son may be going through something, you can't tell me you don't still love him.
Right.
Because then that would make you like your mother. And I know that's what you're trying so
Right.
hard not to be. And I understand because I'm reading your energy right now, and it seems like you're in a difficult place with loving yourself. But I want you to make sure that you are aware of what you're saying. Don't you love
Yes.
yourself?
I'm trying to.
Yeah?
I feel like my cup is almost empty.
Yeah. Well, then now it's time to reach out for some more support. Especially when you feel you don't have love for your child who's living with you.
I love him. It seems like no matter what I do is enough. And it's like I'm only one person.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Yeah, I understand. But that love needs to be ever flowing. And really, I would recommend both of you sitting down and you having a talk with him, very honest talk, and to let him know that you love him. The things you wish your mother would have said to you. And let him know where you're at, how you feel there's not much more you can do. and have that conversation. Because right now, I'm going to be perfectly honest, you are out of balance. And I know you know that. But I do want you to email
Yes.
me because you need support. And that's going to take more than the time that I can give you right here on the phone. But I am working on your energy right now, just trying to move some of these thoughts out the way that you have, some of this heaviness around you, pulling you back down in your body. And I want you to begin to do that. Okay. When you go to sleep at night, I want you to go and listen to, if you Google on YouTube, I want you to listen to the sounds of Mercury and fall asleep to that. That's really going to bring you into a very balanced state. And fall asleep to it. And NASA has all the sounds from the planets on YouTube. Listen to Mercury. And if you work with crystals or if you have a rose quartz crystal, do you have a rose quartz crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 3.
Okay, perfect. I want you to sleep with that rose quartz crystal. And if you have one small enough, put it in your belly button. Right now, I have a blue sapphire in my belly button, but I want you to get you one small enough to put it in your belly button. But for now, take one of the ones you have and lay it in the bed with you tonight when you go to sleep. Do a prayer, a meditation, whatever your practice is. Take that crystal, put it in the palm of your hand, and you hear that sound? You hear that? I want you to tap on your crystal, Tammy. That's going to wake up that whole soul group that's inside that crystal, because crystals work with our energy, it works with our aura, and it helps us to transmute. That's what the rose quartz does. And it's going to help you transmute some of your anger into love. Into love.
Okay.
But I don't want you to give up because, like I said, it sounds like you're having a breakdown, but in reality, you already had the breakdown. Now it's time for the breakthrough. And then, email me and I'm going to show you how to do some tapping points so that you can release some of this energy from you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, we're wishing you
And how do I
love.
is your email in the chat?
It's not in the chat, but we can put it in chat. It's also in the show notes. Question, 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 the number 4, blue@gmail.com. So I'm going to seal your energy up. Do me a favor. Exhale real quick. Now take a deep breath. Gonna send you some beautiful sparkles just to raise your frequency up a little bit. There you go. All right.
Okay.
All right. How you feel?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I've had a big release.
Yeah. And you did. You did. Just hang in there. This is going to pass, but I want you to stay in the frequency of love. No more focus on hate. Love. Everything that you want is in a higher vibration, and you can get it. Love yourself. Clean up your house tomorrow. Open up the blinds. Let some sunlight in, and just get into a higher state of being. All right? All right.
Yeah.
Peace and love. Thanks for calling in. Oh, yeah. That was a good one. That was a really, really good one. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in, Unbound Traveler. Unbound Traveler, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. unbound traveler, going once, going twice, gone. All right. We're going to go to the next caller calling in from area code 6267. 6267, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are
Oh,
and where you're calling from.
I am so grateful. So much gratitude. First of all, I'm trying to come down from the previous call. Like, how beautiful.
Oh,
How beautiful. Greetings. This is
greeting.
Roz from Los Angeles.
Oh, greetings to you, Roz, calling in from LA. How are you? Hello, Roz? Uh-oh. Roz call drop. Uh-oh. We're going to go to the next caller. Call back in, Roz. Let me see if Roz called back in. 626. I don't see Roz. Her call dropped. Yeah. Okay. If she calls back in, I'll go back to her. But we're going to go to the next caller. Calling in. Oh, stars. She said, oh, her shared minutes expired. Oh, dang it. All right, we're going to go to the caller calling in from area code 4259. 4259, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Ms.Blue. This is Lindsay
Hi,
from
Lindsay.
Seattle,
Hi,
Washington.
hi, Lindsay, calling in
Hi.
from Seattle. How are you?
I'm good. Like so many of the callers tonight, I have been going through a massive transition.
Mm,
It's like full reincarnation, and it's been amazing. It's been the most incredible cosmic adventure, but it's a lot of really heavy lifting, like a lot.
mm,
And so many new doors have opened up for me. There's
mm-hmm.
so much change going on.
Beautiful,
I
beautiful.
launched my new business concepts, which you've only been talking to me about for like
Mm-hmm.
2 years. So,
Wow.
like, that feels really good. And little things are starting to kind of pop around that. Meanwhile, my photography business is slowing down. Meanwhile, I have financial commitments that I'm really behind on. And I'm working really hard. I'm working really hard in the spiritual, energetic realm. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
working hard in the physical realm. I've also had things come up but there's some obligations I'm not making, like for my housing, and along with other loans that I've taken out. And but the universe is taking care of me. Like,
Good,
it's just
good.
amazing. Since I've been on this call, like, I had somebody book my Airbnb, checking in tomorrow.
Yes.
And
Love it.
there's just like little, like, it's crazy. Like, it's funny. I'm like, I literally got on this call and things just started kind of clicking in. And so, I'm doing my lucky blueprint. I'm doing the work. My
Yes.
intuition is going to a whole new level.
Mm-hmm.
But because of like this financial situation, which I know it's working out. Well,
Yes.
I'm just not clear with all of the things kind of shifting underneath me. I'm definitely a little in the dark about, where my next point of expansion is,
Mm-hmm.
and also where to focus. And
Mm-hmm.
I am having to work fairly hard to surrender my overwhelm and really working hard because I'm being pulled in a lot of different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to find out, like, what you can see around my
Okay.
situation.
Of course.
And, are there any messages about the future?
Okay. Okay. Yes. I want to do this because I didn't do it. I got to ring the bell for self-invested. Once self-invested, always self-invested.
Okay.
But I want to
That's so
tell you
sweet.
this because I've been drawing out your energy once you came on. And this is what I want you to do. Stop trying to control everything. You said
Oh,
something
Lord.
so key. you said, I'm being taken care of. And that's what I want you to do. This is still about trusting yourself, listening to your intuition. But here's a key component that I need you to never forget. You have to fall madly in love with you. Sometimes what happens is we will use that love to anchor ourselves. And then things will start to manifest in our lives. And then we will go back to old habits and start abandoning ourselves again, right? And everything else will become the focal point. And so this is that magnetic connection. You fall back in love with you and you allow that love that you have for yourself to flow through everything and everyone and every place you come in contact with. And right now, there's a disconnect. It's a delay. Not saying it's not there, because you're definitely doing the work, but it's a delay, and the delay is too much of a gap. That's all you have to do is get back into your magic of your flow of loving yourself. Now, I want to preference, Lindsay, because we got a lot of new people. You're not new to this, but we got some new people, and I want to talk about what that means. And then I'm going to let you speak, because I know you have a lot to say about this here.
Please.
But when I say loving yourself, I'm not talking about, look at me, I'm beautiful. This is for the new people. Oh, and I'm this, and I had this dream last night, and this came to me, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about truly getting into the essence of loving you. Because when you get into that place where you have connected with yourself on a soul level, it's very intimate. It's very sacred. You guys know I talk about this all the time, but it does something else. It shifts your frequency. It lights up your Merkaba. It electrifies your aura. It charges your magnetic field. And your heart opens up. What does that look like on the earth plane in this 3D realm? Your thoughts are not racing. You are not in a state of panic or anxiety. You don't have a fear of lack. You start to see the goodness in everything that you're looking for, that is presented to you, and that you're creating. You recognize that everyone who comes into your life is a blessing, and there's strong gratitude for those interactions and those connections. And you have a state of peace. Now, there will be a sense of urgency that also goes along with that, but not urgency out of lack, but urgency out of being present, being fully present to experience your life. And things will become second nature. Truly second nature. Your intuition will start to speak before your mouth and your mind could ever conceive of what's coming out. So that would mean if, let's say, for instance, you go to the mailbox and you say, oh, here's a bill. your mind is going to perceive this as a blessing. Your mind is not instantly going to go to, we can't pay this. Your mind is going to go to, this is a blessing. And I'm going to stay present because I know this will be taken care of. And the steps, the synchronicity, the information will come to me how to allow this to happen. Sometimes the best and most powerful action we can take is no action. And wait until we hear the whisper of our higher self, God, the universe, whatever you call it, to come to us. Sometimes we're moving, as our dear brother Ashe to Nipsey Hussle say, we're moving out of our lane. So I can't get a message if I'm not in my lane. If I'm in someone else's lane, then I'm not going to see the sign that's right in front of me. I'm not going to be able to read the signal that's telling me to go left. Because I done moved too far away from me. So I wanted to say that, thank you, Lindsay, for the new people who, when I'm talking about this self-love, I'm not just talking about a Sunday reset. I'm talking about loving yourself enough that you can trust yourself and know that when these thoughts come in that start to tell you what you can't do, what you ain't about, what's not right, who to be mad at, who to blame, or that you're too dumb, you're stupid, you can't believe you allowed yourself to do something so crazy. When these thoughts start to come in, you can recognize them as thoughts you need to let flow out because they're not serving you. They're not in the best interest. That's not the thought you want to tag along with. That's not the thought you want to entertain. And contrary to popular belief, you are not your thoughts. And all thoughts are not created equal, and they're not all created from you. So, I just wanted to say that. But when you can get into the place where you can love yourself and you can work on those things, because we all are going to have challenges in our lives, and some of them are going to be more difficult times than others. Trust me, I am not sitting here on no little high horse trying to tell y'all some shit that Ms.Blue don't know and live for real. But I don't focus on what I don't do well. I focus on what I can do well. And that gives me the strength to keep one foot in front of the other, to start improving all areas of my life, every area. And where I don't have insight, where I am not getting what to do, then I know the action step that must be taken is steadfast, hold still, stand still. Wait on the universe because it will deliver the orders, the assignment, the message. Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there. But go ahead, Lindsay. Go ahead.
Well, that was just so beautiful because for so many reasons. I think for me, like just listening to you say all of that, I feel like what's happened for me is that my heart brain has really come online and it's taken over.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a process now for how to work with it. Like, even when you were talking about letting thoughts flow out, like, I've had this vision of surrendering my mind to my heart
Mm-hmm.
and also feeling the flames in my heart just burn away any thought that I don't want, any picture I don't want to develop.
Yeah.
And the moment my energy drops down, my mind does go completely clear. And in that moment, like, I am so present. My senses are online. I can feel the elements. I feel alive in my skin. And like I used to have to go climb mountains to do that,
Right.
and now I can do that moment to moment, and it's incredible. Like just that mastering that process.
Mm.
But what I wanted to say was that so thank you for saying all of that, because it feels like the medicine that I've been tapping into, and just hearing you say it feels like it reinforces it and even like brings some new things to life. Like I'm gonna go back and re-listen to that. Like I feel like I need to listen to that every day, because it's also part of what I want to teach and help other people to do, because I'm developing systems and ways to work with the energy that
Yes.
allow all of that to happen.
And
it's
that
amazing.
is so beautiful. So, and
Thank
here's
you.
what I want you to do, because it is something that our ancestors native to America knows, that everyone must take their own medicine. And so I love that you have a system to do this. And I also know, doing this work for the short period of time that I've been doing it, that what we love and so desperately want to help others with is what we must learn for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so that wish that you want to share and teach to others is what you need to learn for yourself. And that's the power in
and
it.
I would,
That's the
and
power.
I feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's hitting me very hard, because I think back to when I first started to kind of come, when I first started to awaken and become aware of spirit and my own power and just everything. It was all around like the whole idea of presence, the elements, aliveness, nature, understanding nature, like connecting to
Yeah.
it. And it's just like, and now it's this, so I've like, part of my reincarnation is that I don't climb the mountains anymore. I have some arthritis in my feet, and I'm just turned 40, and like, I'm also nurturing this inner creative instead of this external, like, going hard for the, more masculine energy. And actually that's what I've been asked to start to produce a retreat on rewilding, which is returning your life to nature. And it's all this organization I used to climb mountains with. There's a board member, and she's like, there's so many people that want to connect with nature, but they don't want to climb mountains. We need a mindful mountaineering program or something to help people connect with nature in other ways. I was like, well, I'm going to do this retreat. She's like going to fund it and everything.
Beautiful.
So that's going to be the summer. I'm so excited about it, because it feels like my soul purpose.
So then let me ask you.
Medicine, so it feels like you're taking me back to. But I had one thing, like I feel like I have a start-stop pattern. Like,
but this is what this is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You have to know, if all of that is going on, then your mind is what's making you feel that you're not on the right path. And I want you to you said what?
Yeah.
It's all in your mind.
I am.
It's your mind, because
I am on the right path.
This is what I want you to do, because you're see and I'm gonna push you a little bit here, because you've been doing the work. So I'm gonna push you a little bit here. You're telling me all of these things that you're doing, and that you learn, and that you want to share, and that you're going to help others with. And, really about being receiving, and how you used to be real masculine in the energy of climbing the mountains and doing that. And you found a way to tap in where you can be more in this receiving energy and still have the benefits of the clearing, of the healing, and all of these things. Yet,
Yeah.
you have allowed your mind to totally take over. I feel like I'm talking to two people. One
Yep.
is Lindsay,
Yeah. Start,
and the
stop,
other
that.
one
Yep.
is Lindsay. And they're both
Yeah.
canceling out each other. So I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong here. There's not a problem. Trust where you are.
Okay.
Use those techniques that you're going to be teaching in your workshop. This is perfect. And use it on yourself. You say you can take your thoughts, put it in your heart, burn it up. I don't know why you're letting this one thought just run rampant, but take it, burn it up. But I'm going to give you a tip, another tip. I've been giving you many tips, but I'm going to give you another one.
Thank you.
There is a very sacred law, and my guides taught me this very early on, that whenever you take something out, you must replace it energetically with something of equal or higher value. And so the problem you're having with your mind doing this is you're burning these thoughts up, but you're not replacing it with anything. So therefore, the mind is going to do what the mind does because it is taking it from your subconscious. And every time you feel that pressure, it loops back and creates the same doubt because nothing has been replaced for the thought. So you have to put something else authentic, loving, and meaningful and real in its place.
Yes, and that makes sense. And I have a question about that because I have started a dialogue with myself for the first time. I mean, it's been developing since you kind of told me I needed to, like, I don't know, a year ago at least. And really, in the last 3 months, I've like really had to.
Yes.
Because I realize if I let my mind win, it's not going to be good. But maybe it's just.
But
maybe,
see, the mind.
I signed up for the Pretty Girl Magic thing, and I'm like, maybe I just need more, double down on that.
Pretty Girl Magic is beautiful. I think it's in addition to. It's not a question of more. Because you can have all the tools, you can have all the knowledge, you can have everything. But if you are not doing the alchemy with it, it won't stick.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm telling you because you've made a lot of things stick. That sometimes it's kind of like that sticky note that you keep trying to put back up there, but it keeps falling down. Sometimes you got to get another sticky note. The stick on that just ain't no good.
Okay. So I will, that's a good place to focus. And you haven't given me any messages of anything to be wary of or watch out for.
Because I don't see anything for you. Only thing I'm giving you to be aware of is don't allow your mind to trick you out of where you're going, and be committed. First of all, before any of these projects, you can't leave you. And so in essence, your mind is letting you know, that reminder of these old thoughts coming back up. The mind is testing you. Are you willing to abandon you again? See, we can't keep looking.
I just told somebody yesterday or 2 days ago, I felt a test was coming up to see if I would give my power away.
Well, you've already done it to your mind, but it's not it's not the fear of giving our, see, before you can give your power away to anything or anything outside of you, you got to know you already been gave it up to yourself.
Shoot, I should have
So
known that one.
it's just a reminder, and we all need reminders. You got to keep loving yourself through the process. And loving yourself doesn't mean that you force shit to happen because you thought of it. That's not loving yourself.
Right.
Loving yourself doesn't mean, oh, I love myself, therefore, ta-da, here's $1 million. I love myself. Loving yourself is not a trick. You know? It's
But sometimes it does happen like that.
well, it's not you tricking anything, but you can't love yourself because you want something. That doesn't work. You have to really be in that frequency to do that.
Yeah, I think I know, that makes so much sense. It's like,
So
it's like I'm
Mhm.
trying to be present, but I'm not really present in the future.
Do-
Going after something.
Well, do me a favor.
More than I'm being
I don't want you to, this is not about you picking yourself apart. Can you just slow down? Just tell your mind, slow down. We got this. Focus on loving you and not follow these thoughts that's trying to make you think otherwise. That's it.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's really
That's it.
That's hitting for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing is, and believe you me, I'm sure like many of you here, I'm not going to bullshit you. Like I have no vested interest in bullshitting you. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you energetically what I pick up. I'm not picking up any of these things you want to do is wrong. You shouldn't do it. I'm not getting that. I'm getting what I told you. Don't leave yourself out of the equation.
Yeah.
It's just a reminder.
Yeah. In terms of the shift that's happening with my career,
Mm-hmm.
do you see it going, like, what do you see shifting? Like, what is it looking like? Am I allowed to just ask? I mean, I know
Yeah,
it's
you
stress
can, you
and I'm
can, no,
developing
no,
my
no. You
business,
can
but
definitely ask. I mean, there's ebbs and flow and everything. And truth be told, you needed a little bit of a break. It doesn't mean if you still want it to be there, it's still going to be there. Just, just because things slow down doesn't mean it's over. Like, shit is what it is.
I would just, yeah, like I went from like having 25 to 30K months to like 5K months, right?
Okay.
And I'm,
And that's
and I'm
fine.
down now. I'm like,
That's
okay,
fine.
I'm looking at every 100 that's coming in.
Well,
And
listen,
so now I'm like, all right,
next month,
something is changing.
well, the seasons change, the weather change. Next month, you could have 100K month. Like,
So it's not that I need to build a new business to get money again. Like, because it's
I
been
think
this way for a little
I
bit.
need,
That's when,
this is what I need you to do. If you're building a business, especially a spiritual business to get money, I mean, that opens the door to a whole lot of other things that you may or may not sign up for. I'm not going to tell you it's not going to work, but I'm going to tell you it could be a little tricky. I would suggest you do what you love. I would suggest that what your heart is calling you to do and what you feel that you really love and enjoy and passionate about, that's what you do. Because
that's the one thing I'm not doing.
anything short of that, I'm not going to say it doesn't work, because we've seen people do all kinds of things and have all kinds of intentions. but there's a whole lot of consequences, and some of them are no longer here to even talk about them. But others, they're still in the physical and they have learned some very valuable lessons about doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think I just want to get out from behind the computer with photos and photography, but I think like when would I want to do my craft? And I'm like, if I were taking pictures of the elements
these
of nature
are
and animals
all
and turning them into
these are all
like,
beautiful questions that the mind cannot
one thing I'm
answer.
not doing.
The mind cannot answer these questions. These are questions of your intuition. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to just put all of that aside and get excited about the possibility and then wait for it. Just get excited. Like, oh my goodness, instead of saying I don't know what to do and getting sad or getting nervous, I want you to get excited that you have no clue what blessing the universe is going to open up to you and where your gifts are going to lead you next. Get excited.
So this is perfect. This helps me with my start-stop pattern and the gaps, because it's like you were saying, you felt like you were talking to two Lindsays. And I've been told that I have this twin energy in my chart. I have no Gemini, but my mother's a Gemini, and my chart, like I was born at 11:59 a.m. Right after the New Year. Like,
I don't really get into that whole twin thing. It's a little tricky.
Well,
but I get it.
Like it feels so true, right?
Hey.
That it's like I have two pictures, right? And my mind is going between one and the other. So it's creating this start-stop in this gap, because like when you said you're talking to two Lindsays, it's like, and I feel like sometimes I forget like who I really am. Like my divinity is coming online harder than it ever has. Like,
well, good.
Holy shit. Like, but I flip out of it. I drop out of it, and then I have to get back in it. And I'm like, I think I'm just like that a lot during the day.
Well, here's the thing, Lindsay, because I have to get ready to go. But here's the thing, and I know we could talk all night. This is what I want to tell you, because you just said I'm just like that. At some point, you're going to have to take responsibility and decide what you're willing to allow your mind to tell you and what you're not. Period. That's it. When you're loving yourself,
choose the possibilities every time.
That's it. That happens. And just keep reminding yourself of that, and eventually it will stick.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry to take so much time.
No. What we not gonna do is say we sorry. We're not sorry. This is what we're here for. And I know you got this, and I'm excited for all the things that you will do. But slow down a minute, because your higher self is leading you to something. And of course, it's going to be wonderful. Of course, it's going to be great. Why would it be anything else?
We're working too damn hard for anything else.
Listen.
Yeah, You're right. Mm-hmm.
And have some fun.
Okay, so
have some fun. Enjoy. Have some fun. All right.
Thank you. I'm having fun talking to you. It's
well,
wonderful,
always good speaking to you, Lindsay. Always good.
Yes. So much love.
Yeah, you too. Much love to you as well. Peace and love. Hold the line, Lindsay. Peace and love. Peace and love. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Janae said, Ms.Blue, I love how you explain the process of self-love and knowing yourself. Life isn't as deep as our mind makes it. I have had such a testimony from the work I have learned from Planet Remix. Thank you, sweetie. We're going to give some sparkles to you, sparkles to Lindsay. Yes. And also, we're going to ring the bell because you and Self invested too. There we go. We're going to go to the next caller calling in from area code 2564. 2564, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. 25. Hello, greetings. Who's on the line?
Hey, my name. Are you talking to me?
I sure am.
My bad. Hey, my name is Tia.
What's your name?
My name is Tia.
Tia. Greetings, Tia. Where are you calling from?
Alabama.
Ooh, sweet home Alabama. Da-na-na-na. What part of Alabama are you calling from, Tia?
Huntsville.
Oh, Hurtsville. I don't know if I know exactly where that is. I know a little bit. My daddy was born in Alabama. I got family there. He wasn't raised in the Bama, but he was born in the Bama. Yes, ma'am. How can I help?
Do you hear yourself twice? Can you hear me clearly?
I hear you clearly. Do you hear me 2 times?
I do hear you 2 times, but I could hear you.
Do you have your computer speakers on and you're on the phone? That could be it. If you have me on speakerphone, that could be it. Somebody else in the house is listening to me, that could be it. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna put it back on the speaker because can you say something? Let me see what it is.
Tia.
Okay, I guess it's better on speaker. When I took it off the speaker, because sometimes.
Okay, Tia, is this your first time? Tia, is this your first time calling in?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was about to say. I didn't really think I was gonna get through. I was just listening, and I think I did try last weekend. And I don't know if I did something wrong. And so I was sitting over here, and I got on there. But since I'm on here, I do have a question. Okay, I'm like got a lot of things going on in my life, like not really knowing what's the best decisions, like to make. Like I just turned, like I'm getting old. I feel like I'm getting old or whatever. My birthday, it just passed, and
oh well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I was in a situation that I tried to believe in. It had a lot of ups and downs, but it looked like I might time to let that go. And I've always haven't really found that my purpose. I always wanted to try to kind of find my purpose. I know can't nobody tell you your purpose, but it's like I feel like I'm going through life and I'm never really getting to where I'm trying to get to. And sometimes I just get frustrated with just life. And I try to be the best person I can be, and I ain't perfect at all. So you know, I guess I'm looking for direction that you know, like that really fits. Did that make sense? I didn't think I was gonna get through. So
No. It's you're perfectly fine, Tia. Let me ask you a question. What day was your birthday? You said you just had a birthday?
It was last month, January 8th.
January the what now?
8th.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. And I'm drawing out your energy. So let's just take a look here and see. And I know you said you were looking to see because you wanted to
just go the right way, like
figure out your purpose. And when you say purpose, I really understand that to be like, what should you be doing? So I'm going to ask you a question really, really quick. And that question is, what do you love?
And see, that's it. You know, I feel like I don't really got nothing spectacular. Like I feel like I love I don't know, like when it comes I can't even answer that.
What do you
Like I
enjoy?
feel like I love
What
people,
do you
but I don't
enjoy? What do you enjoy doing?
um okay, I love for, for one strange thing, I love reading about like health. I wish like
Mm-hmm.
somehow I could be that.
Yeah.
And I'm not that at all, but I strive and
Well,
I work out and stuff.
here's the
Like,
thing.
I go back and forth, but
I really hold
I
on a
don't know how
second.
to
Hold
do
on
that.
a second. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you, Tia. Let me help you. I know you're a little nervous. Let me help you. Let me help you a little bit. It's okay. I know when you get up in here and this light just start to come on, it's a lot going on Planet Remix. Trust me, Miss Blue knows. I really, really believe that you should look into energy healing because you would be amazing working in energy healing. Hmm.
Really?
Yes, truly, you are a healer. Now, of course, we all are healers to some degree, don't get me wrong, but I really feel a big part of your calling is healing. But I want to tell you is there's some things you're going to have to get over. And I want you to really take note of this. You listening?
Yes, ma'am. I wish I could
Mm.
record this.
Well, you
But
can come back
I'm
because it's
listening.
being recorded, sweetie. And by time we're done, more than 4+ million, 8 million people will have listened all over the world. So,
I know this another day. But yeah, but I'm for it. I'm for it. I didn't think I was gonna get
so,
through, so it is. I'm
so
grateful.
here's the thing. One of your biggest pet peeves is that you want people to respect you.
Wow.
Isn't that true?
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's so cut and dry. Like
But
that's
listen,
me.
listen,
Like
stay with me because you called to hear me, not to hear you. You already
yes,
know what
ma'am.
you think. But here's
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
need you to get, and I need you to wrap this around that little brain of yours. You have to learn how to respect other people the same way. And you don't.
Yes.
You don't. You have to also recognize that all that goodness and, you're such a loving person. You'll give somebody the shirt off your back, and I know you will. You got to recognize that there's also people who do that too. Because every time that it is the world against Tia, you're going to find yourself in what we call, or my daddy would say, between a rock and a hard place. And that's what's happening. That's what's frustrating you. That is what's frustrating you. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, when you start to do things for people and expect nothing in return, not even a thank you, not even appreciation, not even a nod, not even a nudge. you're going to see all your blessings open up for you. But the moment you do something for someone and you expect something in return, anything, we're going to go right back on this merry-go-round that you've been trying to get yourself off of. I want you to really hear me when I say that. And then you have to stop being so hard on yourself. You got to learn how to laugh at Tia too. And you don't know how to laugh at yourself. You can't ask me anything right now, but you can give me a minute because you wanted me to tell you how to figure this thing out. Now I can sit here and listen to you, listen to your mind tell me how you don't do that. And I'm just simply going to tell you, yes, you do. But I do need to put a clause in there. You never have to agree with Ms.Blue, ever. Ever. You never have to do what I say, and you never have to agree with me. But I am going to tell you, I'm going to give it to you real, I'm going to give it to you raw, and I'm going to give it to you with love of what I'm picking up energetically. The other thing that I want you to do is you got to work on your communication. You have to work on your communication. And the reason you always feel stressed out is because you live by, gotta work hard, and you run yourself in the ground. So even things that you started out loving, you done worked yourself until you end up hating it. You gotta find a balance, sweetie. You gotta find a balance. Because this is why you got headaches. It's why you feel like you're depressed sometimes. All kinds of stuff. You definitely don't need to be smoking nothing, drinking nothing, taking nothing. None of that. Okay, you can say something now.
That was what I was going to ask you. I've heard that before. Like a person say I'm hard on myself, but I don't really be knowing what they talking about. I feel like I ain't really achieved. I mean, I be trying. I don't like to ask nobody for nothing. Like I said, I'm not a perfect person, but I never really understood like what that means when they say like I'm too hard on myself. I
You
guess I
too
be
hard on
feeling like
yourself right
I ain't
now.
found my.
You too hard on yourself right now. You think you're supposed to have it all figured out, have all the answers, and everything is supposed to come like yesterday. That's what it means by being too hard on yourself. You get it now?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this was real because I understood. I understand. I
oh, I know
understand.
you do. Of course. Of
You get
course.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
So, what do you do for
that's real.
fun? What do you do for fun? Mm-hmm.
Lately I got in. I like comedy shows lately. I know
Okay.
that's not doing
No,
something, but I
no, no.
like to travel.
That is doing something. That's good.
I'm a bit of a loner. Like I could do people, but at the same time, like I just go. So I like comedy shows. I like to laugh.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is amazing for you. And believe it or not, even though you didn't do a real good job here of communicating, and I'm sure it's just because it's your first time calling in, you are amazing at communicating with people. Did you know that? What?
It seems like, people cool, people I'm not so close with, I'm cool with. I feel like I can show myself more because,
Yeah.
I'm a silly person. But then it seems like the people that I'm close with, that I love, I tend to, I guess, I feel like, I'm not the type to try to take from a person, but I guess how you say my communication or whatever, maybe I just, not maybe, I have, push people away that I do love, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I'm not trying to be that,
Right.
because so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And sometimes the people closest to us can't see us. And a lot of times the people closest to us don't appreciate us until we in the dirt, baby. Then everybody want to fall out crying, how wonderful, how beautiful, and you is such this. But while you here, they kicking you and turning their back. But again, that's why I say to you, if you do something, you can't expect anything from it. Do it because it's on your heart. You want to know about a purpose? That's a part of a purpose. Also, a part of your purpose is to live in joy. It's to be in a state of joy. That's a purpose. Did you know that? To experience things, to have fun, to be in a state of joy. That's a purpose. A purpose is not a title. It's not an activity. It's not a job. It's not any of that. Because when your purpose is to live and be in a higher vibration and enjoy the experiences you're having, then you can channel that energy into any and everything that you choose to. You like comedy shows, you like going to comedy shows, and that's what's bringing you some joy. That's allowing you to be able to open yourself up. Then you have to go for it. But I also know that you are truly a healer. You're truly a healer. And I think you should look into healing arts, especially when it comes to herbs and making teas and tinctures. I even see, because you love, like I'm looking at your hands, like you have strong but gentle hands, you would be excellent at being a body doctor or massage therapist and working with people, or working in capacity of helping people heal through physical therapy. But any kind of herbs or working with any kind of medicine or anything that people have, that will be it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I want you to stay out of ego. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. When Ms.Blue say ego, I'm telling you to stay out of fear, because you've let fear keep you trapped way too long. Fear. Stop being so impatient with yourself and other people. And you have to learn how to tolerate other people' weirdness. And that's a nice way of putting it. The quirks about them, because you have those about yourself. And then lastly, lastly, I want you to get you some sandalwood and some musk. essential oils. And making that, make sure if you get the pure sandalwood and musk, you mix it together and making that a part of your daily sort of how you adorn yourself with essential oils.
Okay.
All right.
Like a cologne type of thing.
Yeah, cologne, perfume,
Oh,
essential oil, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you don't like mix it up like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me, and it made a lot of sense, and that. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Know that you are definitely meant to shine. So you're on the right track. You got to learn how to love yourself more. And you have to also learn how to not be so tough on other people and make sure that all of that wonderfulness you have, that you recognize that other people have that wonderfulness too. And when you can meet together on that playing field, then so many things will open up for you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Any other questions before you go? And also, just to let you know, you are in a personal year of 7, and so is planet Earth. And this is a very spiritual awakening sort of energy. This is the energy that really takes you on an inward journey. So you can strive to find out what are some of those things and how you will contribute your life, your legacy, in the world, being of service. So this is where you're feeling these callings from, but it takes us in a very grounded way in learning more about who we are. And that's what you're doing. You're learning about Tia. So don't be so rough with Tia. Love Tia. And also really have that love and respect for others in your world as well.
Okay. I feel like I be striving to get there. I ain't got there. Do you see improvements?
I do see that you are doing work. If you wasn't doing any work, trust and believe you wouldn't be on this phone line. That's just real talk. I give you guys a hard time, but if you are in here, if you can hear the sound of my voice, oh, you are doing the work. Trust and believe, or you would not be able to even be present up in this piece. The sound of my voice would make you want to puke and throw up and run in the other direction. The vibration would be hitting your ass from the left to the right, inside and out. You couldn't stand to be in this place if you wasn't doing the work, because the frequency would run your ass up out of here. So, there you go.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You are so welcome.
You have a nice one.
You too. And thank you for calling in, Tia. You got to come back and let us know how things are going. You got to come back and let us know. Oh, before you go,
Mm-hmm.
who's your favorite comedian right now?
You know what? I don't think I have a favorite. I will go to any type of show. I realize I like different comics, like comedy people.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I be going to some of the shows, like I don't even be knowing who they are sometimes. I just be trying to check the show out,
Yeah.
and I've
So, what's a
heard
good
some funny
comedy
people that was
show that you went to that you really, really enjoyed thus far?
it was a comedy show that well, I went to a few. Okay, well I went to one during my birthday. I went to New Orleans and it was a comedy show there, and it was real. It was real funny,
Mm-hmm. And who was the
and
comment?
I was by myself navigating around there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm gonna be alone at the same time. That's kind of like I'm a bit of a loner, even though I feel like I'm end up being alone. So that's kind of worrisome. But at the same time,
Well,
it was
listen, if you
liberating,
listen,
freeing.
slow down, slow down. If you keep professing that you're going to be alone, oh, the universe is going to give you what you're requesting. That's number one. Number two, who was the comic that you went to see?
I don't know. It was like different people there. I didn't even know them. I just was on Facebook and it was saying it was a comedy show, so I looked it up and I put in the
Mm-hmm.
the GPS when you
Yeah,
walking,
yeah.
and I walked,
and you
and
went.
that's
So
like
was
I'll go to
did
any
any hold
comedy
on a
show.
second. Hold on a second. Did anybody stand out? Did you remember any one of their names?
I don't remember their names, but it
Okay.
was
Hold on.
I thought they all was
Let me
funny.
give you something. I'm going to give you something. Remember what I told you. Remember what I told you. Respect people how you want to be respected. And you want to be remembered. You want to be
Yeah, this one
acknowledged.
lady, I
Hold
saved
on,
her
hold on,
Facebook.
hold on, hold on. Next time, remember at least who made you feel good. Because, see, this is a part of what your mind does. And when I told you, make sure that you show people the same respect you want, that you keep playing with your mind. See, this is a way that you don't have to respect other people. I want you to see what this looks like in real time. Now you got in your car and went from one state to another. Went to see a comedy show that you said was real good, but you can't remember. You enjoy comedy. I asked you, name a favorite comic. You said you ain't got one person. You enjoyed a lot of them. Nobody you can acknowledge. No one.
No, I'm looking for this lady now. She was one of the comedians there, and I had went to her Facebook page and followed it, and so I see when her stuff is coming down, and so I was looking for her
Tia,
name on here so I could
Tia,
show you. She was one
Tia,
of them. I
Tia,
remembered her.
Tia. I don't want you to miss the point. I don't want you to miss
Okay.
the point. And yes, T. McDonald just said it perfectly in the Blue Room. Remember who made you feel good and made you laugh, especially
Yes.
when that's what you were desperately looking for in your life. You'll leave
I
here.
mean, I did remember the person. I just didn't remember her name. I was looking for,
Listen,
and
then
I
you
was there.
listen, then you didn't remember her. I mean, we can sit here, but I'm not going to go round and round
I got
with you.
what you saying.
I'm not going to go round and
No,
round.
I'm saying like I got what you said.
There you go.
Like
Then guess what? As my
I just
mom,
knew it was the
guess what
shepherd.
then?
Didn't
Guess
know her
what? Guess what?
whole name.
Guess what? If you got it, let it go. Why are we still talking about it? You got it. We don't need to keep talking about it. You got it. You good. You Gucci. I just want to give you that because I promise you it'll change your life. Yep. Well, that's it. That's all Ms.Blue got.
Well, thank you again. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. And the more that you're here, you'll realize why I don't do appreciate. But I love you.
You
Peace
said
and
don't.
love. That's a whole, Tia, that's a whole nother show. But you'll get it. You'll get it. Peace and love, Tia. Thanks for calling in. And please come back and let us know how you're doing. And welcome to Planet Remix.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We got to give Tia some sparkles there. Oh, what an amazing, beautiful share here tonight. I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you. I'm looking for something, y'all. I can't find it. Why I can't find it? Let me see if it's here. Let me see. Is it here? Hold on a second. How we all doing? And by the way, I want to say thank you to everyone who is purchasing the workshop. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and look tonight and make sure we didn't sell out already. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely go back and look and make sure. But I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you. Please make sure, you guys, that you download. And also make sure you come back and leave a comment. Absolutely would love for you to share your takeaway. Now, where is this thing? Is this it? That's a blue ocean. I'm trying to find something. Gosh darn it. That's a nice way of saying what I want to say. Gosh darn it. But yeah, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I love you all. Have an amazing rest of the morning, good night, good afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in the world. I love each and every single one of you. Want to give a big shout out to Lance and Lola Falana. Thank you both for moderating tonight, and everyone in the blue room listening, whether you are listening now, if you're listening in the future, or you came from the past and visit us in the present so you could listen now. Peace and love, soul family. I love you so much. Oh my goodness. Until we meet again, peace and love, everyone. Have an amazing evening. By the way, if you're here, if you're still here and you're listening, I want you in the comment section afterwards to, if you listen and stay the whole entire show, to put a crown and a heart in the comment section after we close out to let me know that you were here the whole entire time. Or even if you listen on the downloads, lots of downloads coming in. Right now, we're all on Neptune. Your dreams are coming in from Neptune. So make sure you pay very close attention to all of your dreams at this particular time. The other thing that I want you to know, and I want you to hold this close to your heart, because we have this new moon in Pisces coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about it on Sunday. We'll get a chance to kind of get into some of that energy, but I really want you to feel it because, again, this is a water sign. So it's going to be a lot of knowledge. It's going to be a lot of information coming in. Plus, we have the sun and all of those plasmic raindrops that are falling down into the magnetic field on planet Earth. So anything that you want, anything that you need, and I'm talking about more at a soul level, you can call it in. You can call it in. You can call it in. Call it into your spirit. You can activate it from within yourself. If you need healing, it's there. Shouts out to the ancestors. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. We send them our love. We send them all of our love and our gratitude for all the things that they have bestowed upon us and left us with. Yeah. Send them some love. Yeah. And as for you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You got to give yourself some extra love. You got to love yourself and love yourself some more and recognize what a time to be alive. Make sure you keep your energy, your frequency high. Keep it high, keep it in love, keep it pure, keep it clear. So all of those channels, all of that information can come in. It can come in when it needs to come in at the right moment, at the right time. So trust where you are. Have faith in the process. Know that you are not only riding cosmic waves, but you are creating cosmic waves. So that's what I want us all to do when we leave here. I want you to pick 3 things to create cosmic waves with. So just as you're about to drift off to sleep, think of 3 waves you want to create, 3 cosmic waves that you want to release into the world that is coming authentically and uniquely and divinely from you. Use the magnetic connection between your heart, your spirit, and your higher self to send a wave out into the cosmos, out into the world, to let it float, to let it go. So anywhere, no matter whether you're on this dimension or in another dimension, you can recognize that this is a cosmic wave that you created, that you put in motion, and that you can ride all the way out. So, I'm going to go play with some sentient beings, dive into the Akashic records, and get a little bit of love me time. Until next time, peace and love, soul family. I love you all. Wishing you all the best on this amazing, wonderful ride that we call growing up on planet Earth. So peace and love. Leave it all in the comment section. Let's see if we can go for an all-time record high. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I want to invite you to do that. And if you know somebody who might need to catch some of these waves, you will send it out to them. But I look forward to reading your comments, connecting with you, and us going out here and doing what we need to do as divine spiritual beings living on planet Earth. Peace and love. Ciao.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.